All right, what's going on, everybody? I hope you're having a great day. We all know why we're here. Everybody wants to smell good. Not everybody wants to spend a ton of money on their fragrances. So today we're going to be unboxing, well, unboxed already. We already know what the boxes look like, cheap boxes. But we're going to be testing out a bunch of different fragrances from Alt Fragrances that I just bought. They're going to be clones of Bleu de Chanel, Creed Aventus, and Dior Sauvage. Figured I'd just go with the heavy hitters, let you guys know, hey, are they worth it? Are they not worth it? Should I buy them? I do have a discount code actually from them that I got a while ago. It should be 10% off, I believe. So I'll link it in the description, and I'll throw all the links to all these ones in the description so you guys can just buy them if you're interested. So anyway, yeah, let's just jump into it. Enough chit chat, right? So we all know Alt Fragrances. They're pretty big up and coming cologne brand. So they have a ton of different colognes that they got. I already reviewed the Santal 33 one, which was pretty good. And then the Fleur Noir, which was, gosh, it was a women's fragrance one. It was also pretty good. So far I've been impressed by them, really like them. The presentation is never very good, but it's about the juice inside more for them. So yeah, so they're all gonna come in these nondescript boxes that just say Alt Fragrances. None of them are gonna say which one they are, so you have to open it up and then it'll say on the front. So this first one, Alt Bleu, B-L-E-A-U, Bleu, is gonna be the Bleu de Chanel, Eau de Parfum, I believe, clone. So yeah, so let's get a check, let's check it out. Let's get a look-see. They are screw top caps, so just mind you, when you do order one, just make sure you screw on the cap real nice and tight when it comes, because sometimes they're a little bit loose. Let's take a look at the atomizer. Actually, decent atomizer here. So decent atomizer, pretty nondescript presentation, just a regular old square bottle. Okay, and right away, that's Bleu de Chanel. Okay. Here, let's spray the real deal. I've got the OG Bleu de Chanel, so let's check that out and we'll kind of see how they compare. But right off the bat, I mean, this is my favorite fragrance in the whole world, so I know it when I smell it. Yeah, wow. Okay, so this is definitely a clone of the Eau de Parfum, which in my opinion is probably the best of the three anyway, of the Eau de Toilette de Parfum and the Eau de Parfum. So here's the real one. They're very close. I mean, these guys they're getting pretty good. Some of these clones, right? They're getting pretty good. This one's slightly brighter, but I mean, we're talking like 95% similar. This is a very good clone. I thought that the Fleur Noir, maybe, you know, 90%. The Santal 33 one was really good. That was probably 95%. But this is like very close. Slightly less bright, a little bit more woody. So a little bit less of that bright ginger up in the top, and they're leaning more on that nutmeg, the woodiness. Very versatile fragrance, great fragrance here, guys. I'm gonna give this clone probably at least a 9 out of 10. So actually, so far, this one I will say go. Yeah, this is a go, this is a checkout. So check that one out. Now let's check out the Creed Aventus one. This is called Executive. So let's check that out. Yeah, same presentation, right? This is a 30 mil. This one is a 50 milliliter, I believe. So yeah, they come in a couple different sizes. Sometimes they're doing a deal like a 3 for $99, something like that. I did the 3 for $99 deal. So make sure you catch a deal and at least use somebody's code. You know, it doesn't have to be mine, but at least use a code to get that extra 10% off, which combines with the 3 for $99 deal anyway. So yeah, so my code will be, I'll throw it in here or I'll put it in the description somewhere like that. And it does help the channel. So let's see what we got. So this one's called Executive. I guess you're supposed to smell fancy, right? Okay, all right, hold on. Now let's get the real Aventus. I got a little spritzer of the real deal here. There we go. Got a little spritz on there. Okay, so Executive in this hand and then the real deal here. So this one, I will say, it has a little more pineapple. It's a little bit better than the Executive. Pretty close. It's less harsh than Club de Nuit Intense Man. So if you don't mind, I don't mind the harshness in Club de Nuit Intense Man, but if you do, and that's kind of a big thing for you in the opening, if it's really harsh and it doesn't really smell too good for you, then this one is a little more well-rounded than the Club de Nuit Intense Man. I really don't mind personally, but this one is pretty darn good. It's not as strong as the OG, and it doesn't have as much of that pineapple, that allyl amyl glycolate. So it doesn't have that certain fruitiness, but the rest of it is actually pretty darn close. So I would suspect in the dry down, I mean, obviously I just sprayed it, but in the dry down, it's gonna be very similar. So that one's actually not bad either. Probably 8.5. I won't go into the 9 territory, but decent. So decent clone. If you're not interested in this one, or you want a little bit better presentation, I would go for the Club de Nuit Intense Man. You don't even need to go for the limited edition one, even though that's a little bit better rounded. Just beware, the Club de Nuit Intense Man bottles kind of leak sometimes. So if you go with the Armaf clone. So here's the last one, Farouche. Farouche is a clone of Dior Sauvage. I don't know why they chose that name, but yeah, let's give it a try. Again, pretty good atomizers with this company. I'm actually pleased with it. The presentation is kind of but as far as how it works, it's a good, they're solid fragrances, and they don't mess around with, the actual workings of it. So here's the real Dior Sauvage, and then here's this Farouche thing. Okay. Okay. Very similar. I will say Dior Sauvage has a certain greenness, a certain sharp freshness to it, an aromatic freshness that this one doesn't really have, but it gets you most of the way there. I'm not aware of any clones that are better than this one. So for now, I will say go for it. This is going to be the Sauvage regular though. If you want Sauvage Elixir, then I would go with Lataffa Assad. That one's pretty good too. I made a video on that one, but the hype is actually real. I thought maybe people were just hyping it up. It's actually really good. This one's pretty solid too. Again, it doesn't have a lot of that certain freshness to it, but it's dang close. So they really put a lot of effort into these heavy hit to the main, the main ones that people are going to be buying. And it makes sense. I mean, these are like probably around 90 to 95% similar overall. I thought I was going to be unimpressed by some of them at least, but honestly, they're pretty good. So yeah, so check them out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What was your experience with alt fragrances? I know people have had problems with, oh, it was leaking when it came or whatever. Some people have had issues with that. Some people haven't. I've never had any issues, but yeah, honestly, I would recommend them. Check them out. Yeah, I'll throw links to it. Obviously I'll throw my discount link in there for you guys so you can at least get a little bit off. I think it's like 10% off. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.